Matheus, Pineda said after the Austin game that he wanted to see uh, more fight, better attitudes from the players. Do you think that that's happened the past couple of days?
Gonzalo ha dicho después del partido que quiere ver mejores actitudes de todos y que el equipo lucha más. Si crees que eso está pasando.
Sí, creo que en el momento nosotros se quedamos en pelear en entrenamiento y en los partidos. Pasa que hace 3, 4 partidos que estamos siempre haciendo de nueve errores, detalle pequeño en partido y están costando mucho los 3 puntos. Y creo que el equipo se ve bien, son todos con la cabeza buena. El último partido perdimos en casa, los fanáticos se quedan un poco tristes, pero mañana ya tienen otro partido y estamos enfocados y mañana vamos a entrar en la cancha y vamos a dejarlo mejor.
I think so. We know that we have to fight more in trainings and in the games. I think in the last 3 or 4 games, you've seen that we're just making similar mistakes, small details that have ended up being very costly. Um, and of course, we lost the last home game, and we know that the fans left feeling sad that game. So we're back here now. We have our heads in the right place. We just have to work hard, and we're trying to put a good performance in the next match.
Why hasn't there been the necessary level of fighting for teammates and I guess positive attitudes?
Hasta ahora, ¿por qué crees que no ha sido tanto compañeros luchando o actitudes positivas?
Yo no pienso así, yo pienso que estamos con la cabeza buena. Yo pienso que solamente estamos pasando por un momento difícil y sí, claro, y cuando pierde siempre muchas personas hablan mierda, hablan muchas cosas que no estamos jugando bien, que acá tiene dos grupos acá en el equipo, pero yo no veo así. Yo veo todos los entrenamientos felices, intentando lo mejor, entonces está pasando que no está llegando los resultados, pero vamos a trabajar duro, estamos trabajando duro para dar la vuelta por encima.
I don't think like that. I think we have our heads in the right place. Of course, when we lose, guys are upset, and there's talk after games, because we've lost and guys are upset. But I think we're doing our best, and we've just got to keep our heads in the right direction.
As a guy who's been a captain for this team a few times this season, have you spoken to your teammates about how to kind of turn this around, how to try to start getting some points from these games?
Como uno de los líderes de este equipo, que tú has sido capitán en varios partidos, si has hablado con los compañeros de cómo se puede conseguir mejores resultados.
Sí, no como antes de se tornar capitán acá, yo también he hablado con todos los jugadores también para pasar más confianza, para entrar en la cancha, tener ganas de vencer. Entonces, yo intento pasar eso mostrando a mi entrenamiento en los partidos y todos los jugadores tenemos hablado para tener los soportes, estar tranquilo para entrar y disfrutar los partidos y que estamos haciendo muy bien. Todos los partidos, si vos mirar las estadísticas, siempre tenemos más que el otro equipo, entonces creo que estamos yendo bien y también estoy haciendo un papel de capitán en el equipo, hablando con todos los jugadores y dando confianza también.
Yeah, I think even before the games where I served as a captain, I was always trying to talk to all my teammates to motivate them, to try and support them and just motivate all the guys on the team. I think we're doing well. If you look at the statistics in the games where we have the better of the statistics, we just have to turn it into results. As a leader, I have to continue to talk to players and try to motivate everyone.
What can fans expect different from this team on Wednesday as it compares to the game on Saturday?
¿Qué pueden esperar los aficionados en este partido?
¿Los fanáticos?
Los fans. ¿Qué pueden esperar en este partido? Si van a ver algo diferente.
Creo que los fans van a mirar los partidos mañana como Atlanta y como siempre, jugando bien, siempre intentando buscar el gol desde el principio del partido y que siempre estamos haciendo eso, jugando en casa, jugando afuera. Tenemos un equipo muy bueno, con mucha calidad. Creo que mañana vamos a entrar con ganas, para pelear dentro de la cancha. Quizamos jugar en casa y en casa nosotros somos muy fuertes. Creo que estamos más concentrados, estamos con la cabeza buena, por más que tenemos perdido el último partido en casa, pero mañana vamos a dar nuestro mejor como siempre.
I think that they're going to see a team that's going to try and go after the game, a team that's going to try to attack, try to score, just like we always do wherever we're playing. I think they'll see a motivated team. We're going to go and work hard and try to put in a good performance and hopefully get results in these next games. Anything else?
Yeah, just kind of following up on that, because Pineda also said on Saturday that the supporters are going to see much, much different performance, a much, much different team against Real Salt Lake. What specifically do you think he's referring to, and is it sustainable if it hasn't been happening in the previous games?
Gonzalo dijo después del partido que los fans van a ver un equipo diferente. Así que la pregunta otra vez es, ¿qué crees en específico, si hay algo que va a cambiar?
Por más que va a jugar amanhã num equipo distinto, não, creio que os jogadores vão jogar no mesmo. Por más que cambiamos los jugadores, la formación que jugamos, la manera que jugamos, nosotros vamos a jugar como siempre. Entonces creo que todos acá están preparados, con cabeza buena. No me importa quién está jugando al lado mío, si no me va a jugar o no. Creo que todos acá están listos para jugar y dar lo mejor dentro de la cancha.
Even if the players in the lineup change, I think or whatever changes there are in the lineup, I think we have to continue to play the way we've always want to play, and just focus on us and all have our heads in the right place. So that's what I'm focused on, me and just motivating all my teammates. All right, thanks guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matheus.
Thanks, Matheus.
I know that wasn't fun.
Hey, Coach.
You good?
Hello.
Cameras ready?
Yep, we're good.
Go ahead with questions for Gonzalo.
What do y'all like about Mascara, and is he going to be able to help the team win points this season?
I mean, I hope he helps. That's why we signed him. What he can provide to the team is that type of winger that is always running behind, that type of winger that is explosive, that is also very good defensively. We like that he works on both sides of the ball.
Okay.
But more than anything, his pace to attack our primacy zones more often, so he can unlock many doors with his pace and that just putting that threat out there. I think he can play it on both sides.
Okay.
That's good. He's right-footed, obviously, but he can play on the left, on the right, and he's someone that it can be very good for the team.
Okay. Thank you. You talked on Saturday about wanting to see more fight, I guess better attitude from the guys in training. Have you seen that these past two? I guess y'all have had two sessions. These past two sessions.
Yeah, I mean, I want to clarify that because when I said that, it's more about in general. It's not about we don't do enough in the training sessions or something like that, or in the game we didn't try or we didn't fight. It's more the topic of, at times I feel like we go to games trying to be too pretty in our football, but then when the opponent presents that type of fight to us, like we are not up to that intensity. And because when you rewatch the game, I mean, the guys never quit. Even with the 3-0, they never quit. They continued trying. They were on the ball and they were overloading the opposition. We get 2 chances at the end of the game. So it's not like we quit or we didn't fight. I can see the fight individual. I need more collectively to come to those points where we all work together in every phase of the game. So when we're attacking, everybody's focused on attack. When we're defending, everybody's focused on defending. And that's what I meant, like more as a team rather than pointing out a certain player or something like that.
Okay. Are you seeing that in the training session?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to see it because it's more region and just tactical things and concepts. So it's not like they're gonna work hard and go to the tackles in these few games. Yesterday, the group that didn't play, they did a very good session. It's normal. I think in general we train very well. I think the standard of the team on training is, and we're very happy. The numbers are there. We are one of the best teams in the league in terms of fitness and how much VHID we produce. So it's not like we don't put the effort. That's not true. We do that on the games because we train very good. So I think we're okay on that side.
You also mentioned a focus on trying to shore up the defense because it has leaked a few goals the past few games. What work have y'all done, and might we see a formation change on Wednesday?
Might be. We're still thinking about it because of the personnel and the options we have. But yeah, I mean, it's in general, whether it's a back 4, whether it's a back 5, I think we have to see just better understanding of how to defend as a unit and not individually. I think like at times we want to defend just my one-on-one, and I'm only focused about this one. And we need to be more focused on collectively, how he's pressing there and then we provide cover, and how we can be more connected in the back line, because at times we look disjointed. So that's more, rather than just a specific change in formation or personnel, is more the understanding of we are defending as a unit and we have to do that.
And do you have any comment about Joseph's comments that he made after the game?
Now, I mean, obviously I have, but I won't go to this thing of responding through media and that. Him and I, we have a very good communication. He knows how I think. I know how he thinks. We are always honest with each other, and so if I have any comments to have about that, I will tell directly to Joseph.
Okay. Yeah. And Mosquera is one signing. Might there be any more?
Not that I know.
Okay.
Not that I know. I think that should be the last one. As far as I know, that's we don't have any more space in the roster,
so.
but I can be wrong on that.
Okay.
This is going to be a long question, but I've been thinking about what you were saying post-game about how the passion comes first, and then the technique, and then the tactics, and it's kind of built on top of each other. I was reading a book by Mauricio Pochettino, his autobiography, and he was talking about after a bad loss, and he was very frustrated that he couldn't get the team motivated. And he talked about he was not able to inspire that passion in his players that allowed them to enjoy the game. And he always talks about enjoying the game.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your players are enjoying the game right now? I mean, I know it's tough when results aren't going their way and things, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, are they feel that joy when they go out there?
Well, it's not just a long question, but it's a very good question, actually, because it allows me to talk about certain things that I think we never enjoy losing, and that's what happens. And when I've been in many locker rooms, many teams, as a player, as a coach, as an assistant, and I think when you go to this route of everything looks doom and gloom, and that you don't enjoy these moments. It's in general, and that's kind of the passion that you as a coach you need to bring, and that fire of guys. We have a fantastic job. We are alive. We are healthy. We have so many positives in our lives that at times I feel like we feel, in general in football, doom and gloom when things are not going well. And there are so many positives in our lives that we just need to come here and enjoy playing around with our friends. And then, yes, when it comes to competition, because at the end of the day, this is a competition, we need to enjoy the competition. And the best way to enjoy the competition is to put everything we have into it. When I was watching back the film, I didn't feel like there was lack of passion or attitude. I mean, you watch a tackle from Santi Sosa at the end of the game on, I think it was Driussi, and it was like full of passion, full of energy. Just look at Ibarra every time he goes, and maybe at times he overcommits, but he goes with it. I can see that intention from Alan Franco in the third goal to go there and close down the player. It's not lack of intensity or passion. I think it's collectively we need to be smarter and all together in that sense of, okay, let's just bring the block together and let's have that fight against a team that maybe doesn't want to come to Mercedes-Benz and play. They want that fight. They want to be in the solid block and collectively being in that fight. And that's what I meant, being ready for that fight, but as a team. So obviously, I always try to inspire my players and tell them, hey, we're a good team, we're in good position to just turn this around, because I feel like we need just one good result to come back to kind of, not normal, but a little bit more confident, and then enjoying more the game and having more fun out there. And yes, I need Thiago and Marcelino and Joseph and Ronaldo and Luis to have fun out there. But also when we don't have the ball, we need to all work together, and we need to come back to, okay, now we don't have the ball, now we have to come back and work. And just like Austin did. Austin, that's what they did very well. They all were committed to what they were doing, whether it was offensively or defensively. And that's what I meant with my comments afterwards.
Just one more from me. Obviously, with what was said after that game, it's pretty, explosive, I guess is a word. Do you feel like the team is in a better state now, as opposed to maybe before that game, because of what was said and what was shared?
I think so. I truly think that we are a little bit relieved, and I think now we will see the reaction, because everything comes to 90 minutes always. That's the beautiful thing about football, is nothing works the same way twice, and what you see or you feel that can work we will see tomorrow if it's going to be better. Because at times there have been moments where I feel like, you know what, I don't feel the team confident. I don't feel, and then they do the game against Red Bulls like what they did, and they were super confident on the ball, and you're like, wow, that was a surprise, right? So you never know when you're going to get a good performance by the team, and we will see. I think we're in a better shape mentally. Like, we are kind of, okay, we said what we had to say, and now let's move on and let's try to continue winning. At the end of the day, we all want to win here. That's the frustrations that you see out of players and coaches and all this, is because here in this institution we always want to win, and it's not just winning for us. For us, we want to win in a very specific way, which is trying to play attractive football. So. And that's where we are right now. Like, we continue playing that style, and we're not getting the results. But okay, let's do our way. Let's do our way. Let's try to come to a point where when we can play, we play good football. When it comes to a fight, we have to fight, and that's a mentality I want from my players.
Go back real quick. Doug asked you about Joseph's comments, and I know you'll keep your conversations with him private. But when you hear him, one of the things that I think stood out to people was saying that maybe some players don't know what it means to wear this jersey and things like that. Does it concern you when you hear a player say that publicly?
Not really, because I think we know what we have, and what you've seen in this franchise, at least this year or since I'm here, what I've seen is players that care about the jersey, and so doesn't concern me. I mean, everyone is responsible for your own words. I'm not responsible for those words, and so I think the team is okay. We said what we had to say internally, and I think the mentality of the team is better now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's there's still a lot of season left, but with 2 home matches this week, does it? I know it's a cliche, but does it feel like a must-win or certain results that you need to get back on the right path this week?
I mean, I think every game for us is a must-win. I mean, I cannot lie to you. We always said, and I said this since before, we go game by game. And for us, every game we focus. Everything we do now is not about Orlando. Everything we do is about Austin. And we've been doing that since Kansas. Like, we never thought about Colorado before Kansas. So game 1 for us is a must-win. Game 2 is a must-win. Now we're in game 19. It's a must-win, and we're at home. It's even more. So it's not different than anything else in the season.
After Saturday, you talked a little bit about how some things were being ignored that I guess got talked about in that team meeting on Saturday. Do you regret, I guess, not addressing some of those things earlier in the season, and did they contribute to the current form of the team?
No, I mean, regretting doesn't give you any better feeling. I think it's just more the reflection on what we do now, and how we can move on from any little shadow, guys. And again, I've been many years in this, and I know at times you are 2 games away from being back in business, and hopefully you get first one result now, and then Sunday another good result. And everybody's gonna talk about we being back in the season. So it's just, this is so fragile, and all these moods and things that we say, we don't say. At the end of the day, it comes to 90 minutes where our players, they need to show passion to win, and that's what I need from all the players that are started. I need to see that, and I think I've seen for most of the games, I think the big majority of the games, if not everyone, that passion and that desire to win. I don't see a game where we quit, where we gave up. Actually, we have very spectacular comebacks in the games in the last few minutes. So I see that in the team. So that talks about a team that is not quitting, and we are certainly not quitting at this point of the season. So if I address that or not, and I wasn't just talking about my time, probably since long time ago, things that have happened to this institution. And I mean, we have to address that now. We have to say something now, and I think that's what we just did. So let's see, let's move on, and let's try to focus on the next game.
And you also referenced putting out the strongest possible lineup after Saturday's game for this game against Real Salt Lake. Are there going to be lineup changes? I know you don't like to make massive changes. You've said that in the past. And how much of it is just going to be about the better fight you've seen in training the past 2 days from some of the players? Well, how much will that factor into who gets selected for the starting 11?
Yeah, we have to balance out a little bit certain things. Number one is fitness levels for certain players that are coming back from injuries or things like that, mental states from certain players as well, and then we will make a decision. I think you might see a few changes or maybe one at least, but we will see tomorrow. I'm still undecided a little bit in a couple of positions, so I will see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it. Okay.
Thank you.
Gracias.